Hello there, I'm Bob, and what I wanted to do today was to tell you how and why I became a Christian. I wasn't brought up in a Christian home. My parents always claimed they were Church of England, but they never went. I never had any RE lessons or anything. It wasn't until I got to, I was about 32 and I was at work one day, and by an unusual set of circumstances I found myself in this particular job, and a new colleague started. We got on very well. I was his boss. After about 6 weeks, he said to me, "I go to a home group," and I said, "Oh, what's one of those?" So he said, "Oh, we study the Bible and things. Would you like to come?" And I declined, but I did give him every week a set of questions. I had lots of questions about Christianity because I didn't know anything about it, and every week he would come back with the answers. But these answers were, I was very impressed with the answers. They were very scholarly. They weren't trying to fob me off with any religious talk. They actually got down to the questions. But eventually he came in and said, "They're not going to answer any more of your questions. You've got to go along if you want your questions answered." Well, I had loads of questions to answer, and I went along, and it was run by these two missionaries who were both, one was a zoologist and one was a botanist. Dr. Sykes was an expert with elephants, and Dr. Sutton was from Sutton Seeds family, and they answered all my questions in such a scholarly way, always in context. But when I started with this home group, they were studying the person and character of Jesus Christ. But this did interest me because I needed to find out what he was like. And gradually, every week we learned more and more about his personality. I was very interested particularly in how he related to the people of his day, whether they be Romans or whether they be fishermen or taxmen or people that were hungry, people that were sick, people that were demon possessed, dead people. He related to every situation, and the one thing that I noticed about this man was his absolute love and compassion for people. Everything he did was motivated by love and compassion and passion for doing the right things, and he was a people magnet. People followed him everywhere. I was very intrigued by this, but the other part of his personality and character that really got my attention was when he walked into the temple one day and he threw over all the tables, he used the whip and got rid of them, and got rid of everyone out the temple. Also, how he related to the religious people of his day. He would call them whitewashed tombs and nest of vipers and total hypocrites on the street. They were just a bunch of actors. So this man operated with righteousness and judgment, and he got my attention, and I needed to know more about him. And eventually I said to the two home group leaders, "What have I got to do to become a Christian?" Because all the other religions I found were dead ends, but this man has got something. And I discovered that he had a divine side to him. I probably best use the word I could say is probably a supernatural side to him, in which he claimed to be God in the flesh. But I really didn't have any problem believing that, and they led me to become a Christian, to repent of my sins, and they were saying to me, "You've got to be a bit more take on the personality and character of Christ on a day-to-day basis. It all comes from the heart, and gradually, inch by inch, you learn more to be like him and less to be like yourself." And this happened to my wife as well. We both were different characters before we started our journey to be Christians, but we both ended up a lot more like Christ is supposed to be. We're not there yet. We've got a long way to go. We make mistakes and we make errors and we say wrong things, but He's always there with open arms, helping us through, giving us hope and a future, which is what we all need. And I would say to you, if you don't know Jesus, come and find out more about Him. He's alive, He's well, you can have a conversation with Him. Come and find out about Christ, because He's everything. It's an utterly life-changing experience when you meet Him. Thank you for listening.